Just got done installing some front tow hooks on the WJ 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee here. You can order the kit, which is kind of expensive, from Chrysler Direct, or you can do what I did maybe and install your own front tow hooks here. I've had these tow hooks for years and they've just been sitting in my garage, so I decided it's time to put them on. So what I did is took the bumper off first, halfway, and I thought, looking up underneath there, originally I thought I could just mount it to this frame rail, but this frame rail metal, stamped metal here, is really thin. That's about how thick it is. You can see that edge right there. That's about how thick it is. So I decided to reinforce it with some with a steel plate, a 1/4 inch steel plate, and all these holes were there except for on the right, that one in the middle. I had to drill that out for the tow hook bolt, the second one back there in the back. So I did have to drill that one out. The other holes were already there in the frame rail, and I just had to these are 1/2 inch bolts, so I just had to widen them up a little bit. So the 2 bolts that go through the hook and the plate are 2.5 inch, and then the other bolts are inch bolts, 1/2 inch diameter. So that's the size. The size already done and put on. I don't think that this will rip off, and time will tell when you're pulling with it. Now, I don't plan on like jerking or doing any type of extreme tugging or pulling with it. So I think that this plate having the 1/4 inch plate in there should really help reinforce that frame rail and keep anything from ripping out, hopefully. Here is the driver's side. Let's see. Okay, so you can see there, I did have to, there's the back hole, or the hole on the left in the middle is the one that I just had to drill out for the this other hook to mount into. So what I did was I drilled all the holes in my steel plate, and then I mounted my steel plate underneath, and I just drilled up through that pre-drilled hole there in the middle. And it's pretty easy to drill through the sheet metal of the frame rail here. So now I'll take this off and mount the plate in there with all my bolts, and mount the hook on. And I did paint the I did just put some Rust-Oleum. These are bare metal steel plates, 1/4 inch steel plates. So I just put some Rust-Oleum spray on there, some that I had lying around, some brown, who cares. And hopefully they'll be good in there for a while. I did put some Loctite on, probably not necessary on the bolts, but you can see right there it started kind of squishing out the lock washer. They kind of started, when I really torqued them down, they started squishing out, so I just wanted to be extra sure that these wouldn't come off. And yeah, so we'll see the final product here in a second. Okay, here's what we started with. 2 1/4 inch steel plates, some extra scraps that I got from a manufacturing place down the street. This is what they turned into. Just drilled the holes, measured to center diameter of each, to the center of each hole. Then drilled them all, made sure it fit, and then drilled the second hole where the hook, so the 2 holes for the hook to go through here. To do that in the frame, all these other existing holes, this one, this one, this one, this one, those are already existing in the frame, those holes. So I had to, I'll show you in a little bit, mount this plate underneath the frame rail and drill through this hole, using this hole as a pilot hole, drill through into the frame rail on the Cherokee here. So I'll show you that. Okay, so here's the frame rail after I drilled on the left, that middle hole on the left, that one is nearly drilled. The rest of these holes are here, and you can see the hole on the top right I had to aug out a little bit, and then the hole on the bottom left here I had to aug out a little bit as well. But those, all 4 of those holes were existing, and the middle hole on the left was a new drill. So now I'm going to stick my plate on top and bolt in the last hook here. Alright, one last thing I forgot to mention here. When we're mounting this plate and the hook, you can see the 2 holes there where the bolts are going to go through for the hook. You have to have a grinder, and there's a little edge here where the 2 stamp pieces come together. Let's see. So there's a little edge of metal, the curl on the metal there. You just gotta kind of grind it down so the hook can sit flush. You can see where the hook holes go right between that stamped metal. So I just marked it, take a grinder, kind of grind it down a little bit, and then that way when we mount the hook it will sit flush. Alright, I'm going to grind that real quick. So there we have them, both mounted, both with 1/4-inch steel plates and 5 bolts. My cord got stuck here. 5 bolts, 5 1/2-inch bolts going through each plate. And now all that's left is to put the bumper on, and they will actually fit through the bumper right there. There we go, finished product. You can see how the hooks just come right out there in that opening, just like it was meant to be. And there's the other one down there. It doesn't look like it, but there's enough room to fit cable or a tow strap around there. And if you needed to, you could always trim this plastic bezel around here. So yep. There we go, tow hooks installed. The hooks, I'll put a link on Amazon to the hooks, and then just get you some steel plates from a machine shop or a manufacturing shop or something, and then I'll put the hardware list of the bolts that I use, tape measure, Loctite, 3/4-inch ratchet drives, grinder, some extra paint, and a center punch maybe to get your holes going, your drill holes for your 1/4-inch plate there. And I mean, it was maybe like $20 or $30 probably for everything, including the hooks. Actually, probably about $30 with the hooks and all the hardware and stuff. So